Hey, this is Robert Scoble, and since you watch us on video, we're always looking for new ways to use video in an innovative way. And now we're going to hear about how you can make this Coke can clickable in a video and take you off somewhere fantastic. So who are you?
I'm Scott Broomfield, and I am the founder of Veeple. It's about 3 years old. And what we do for the marketer with video is we give that marketer power around making their videos interactive. And the company has over 120 customers now, and we know exactly what the marketer tries to do with their online video experience as a part of their marketing mix.
So most people, when they think of video, they think of TV and you just sit there and watch it, and it's not very interactive. I can't click in the video or do anything. You guys put a layer over this video, right? So people watching at home can actually click on my hand and do something, right?
That's exactly right. It's interesting, when we founded Veeple, Robert, the thinking that was in our minds foremost was, why are we in a situation where you take the viewing paradigm of the first screen and put it into the internet paradigm, which is interactive? So the first screen is passive, the internet is interactive, but the viewing experience that we have for the most part is passive. And so what we wanted to do is give the power of interactivity inside the stream itself.
So around my hand you could put a hot link, right?
Yep.
That people could click on. What could I do with that hot link? What kinds of things could you link me off to?
As a content creator, pretty much anything that you want. So it could be a one-click or two-click. So I could go to your hand and click off to your site. Or I could click on your hand and bring up a panel, and what you would do in that panel is I could contact you directly, go right to your Twitter account or right to your email account. You could share that link. You could go off to a different website. If there was something interesting about your hand, because let's say it was injured and you wanted to learn about that, there could be a little PDF icon that could sit here, and you could click on the PDF icon and look at the X-ray, for example. Pretty much anything that you want, including our own icons, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, those kinds of things, or your own icons for your own site. You could do that as well.
So if I'm Gary Vaynerchuk, he does Wine Library TV. He always has 3 boxes or 3 wine bottles out in front of him. He could put hot links on each of those wine bottles that would take you off and do things for you.
Not only could you take you off and do things, but you could actually bring up an information panel on the first click to say, learn more about this wine, where could you buy the wine, what do you want to know about the wine, or go to any one of those 3. We actually have another friend of Gary's, his name's Eric Bowles, who does this for video. Excuse me,
for beer.
He does this for beer, thank you. And what he's able to do, he does a weekly beer show. And he uses actually the video browser bar at the top so that it's not quite as lean in, or you can just click on the beer cans or the beer bottles and learn more accordingly.
We have this video, and you know, like I have a tea bag thing here, right? So Dignation does this. Kevin Rose will hold up a tea during his show and talk about this great tea that he.
That's right.
What do we have to do to make that interactive, to take this video and add the hot link around the tea box?
Robert, this is one of the most powerful parts of Veeple, which is if you have ever put an image or an icon into a PowerPoint presentation or into a Word doc, you know how to make your videos interactive. So we could actually make this video interactive with a hotspot, or I could actually use this little Bigelow logo and put it on the bottom and click on either one of these, and rather than trying to hunt for where it is, click right on this. So one of the powers of making the video interactive is not just that you can learn more, but that there's 0 navigational error. Websites are notorious for being very complicated. What we're now able to do is click right to where the person that's creating the content can allow the viewer to engage.
Tell me a little bit about the steps of taking it into the tool and actually adding that link. What does that look like?
Again, that's very simple. We've made the model very simple. So this is a self-serve model. So we allow the content creator or the marketer to do this themselves. So if you know how to upload a video to YouTube, you know how to work Veeple. So you upload the video, you can run it from any content delivery network, or you can run it off of our host. We don't care, because we don't make money off of that.
And you can even put it on Rackspace.
I could put it on Rackspace. We actually have a number of customers that actually stream the video from Rackspace throughout to the web and just use our points of interactivity in that model, and so that works great for the rackers. And so what you're able to do then is go into a very simple tool that allows you to put the points of interaction in, speech, thought, text, those kinds of bubbles, or if you wanted to go in and add in your images or your own logos, you could do that as well.
Very cool.
Very, very simple, and literally in minutes.
And it's really easy. You just drag and drop either an icon around or a hotspot around an object that's already in the video.
Either an icon or a button like buy now, learn more, download, whatever you want to do, as well as the time spot. You can move the time spot in and out wherever you want to put in the time spot. And then again, you can make it really lean in with 1 click to an action, a little less, which is 2 click. Learn a little more and then take action. Or again, still interactive, but leaning back a little bit more, which is keep the video browser bar on the top for points of interaction, but don't get in the middle of the actual video. So I could either put stuff along the top that would say something about building 43, or I could make building 43 clickable right on your shirt. You become hot spotted. Or even if they want to say, hey, I like Robert's glasses, so let's click on the glasses, that kind of stuff.
Okay. How does it work on different platforms? Because obviously, you know, a cell phone screen is very small, and it's hard to accurately click on something, you know, like a T-box.
That's exactly right. So obviously, the PC world and the Mac world, it works perfectly great. It is a Flash-based service today. We're moving across to HTML5. It currently runs today on the Droid, and we are doing beta on the iPad and on the iPhone because that's HTML5. What's really cool about the way that it works on the Droid or on any mobile device is all you have when you're viewing video on a device is just the video. You've lost the sense of the overall website. So what we're able to now do with the points of interactivity is over the top of the video or in the video, keep the message in. So here's the real powerful part. What you're able to do is now instead of putting video inside of a website, you're able to put a website inside a video. So no matter where the video traffics, wherever it goes on the web, all your messaging flows with it.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So after we do this and people watch it, what kind of analytics can we see? What can we learn about, did people click on my hand or on my shirt or on this T-box or whatnot?
That is actually one of the most powerful pieces to this whole equation, which is we learned fairly early on just knowing that somebody was clicking wasn't good enough. You had to know where and when and why and how. So we built an analytics engine on the back end. We call it engagement analytics. This is really simple. So we do all the typical analytics around time spent viewing and fall off rate and bounce and where are they viewing from, all what I call impressions based. What we also now do is we do the engagement base. So we can tell you when did they click, how often did they click, what's the click-through rate, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. And what we're also able to do is then think about the video in a landing page concept where it's sort of like an A/B testing model. And that's really important too, because you can't get it right necessarily on the first try. You don't want to put the video up and have it be static and keep it there. You want to keep testing the annotations. After you get about 500 views, the statistics start to get really huge. So a customer that uses our product in a best practices model, which is, let's say, short form video, about 2 minutes long or less, that puts 5 or 6 points of interaction, will see on average a click-through rate of 29.5%. Some are way over that, but that's just the average, and that's an amazing
number. Yeah, because the average for anything is 2% or
1, 2. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So we're well over 10x that number.
You also told me that people watch more video when it's interactive, and that you can prove that. Yeah,
we can prove that. We have data that's well over 1 million views now of customers that have used. As I said before, we have about 120 customers, and there's about 1 million views within those 120 customers, and so we can now see what's actually happening. What we're able to do is not only see a click-through rate to engage, but that's time spent viewing is up. One of the studies we did was it was up 54%. Time to completion up 54%. Most of the websites that or videos that you see have a very steep fall off curve, and what we're able to do is shallow that because it's engaging as you see the video. Yeah. So the videos you do would be more engaging if you put these points of interaction to learn more about, let's say,
which is important for us because we do 15-minute, half an hour, sometimes even longer videos. Right?
And for the people that you are interviewing, they're talking about their product or their service or their new technology. To be able to sort of drill down into what that is a little bit better just gives it a richer viewing experience for the viewer.
Very cool. Tell me a little bit about the fundamentals of your company. How are you funded and all that?
So we're self-funded. I originally was trying to get into the VC community. We didn't want to do so until we had actually put a product into market. Our product got into the market in March of '09, which was not the right time to be trying to get to the VC community, so we're self-funded. There are currently a plethora of online video platform companies, so the VCs really aren't funding it at this stage, so we continue to fund it ourselves. It's a really simple pricing model. There's 3 price points, $99, $199, and $399, based upon how much volume you've got. And for all 3 of those versions, you get the entire product. So we don't upsell somebody in the process. There's a 30% discount for .edus and .orgs, and then there's a special thing we do for bloggers.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what are you learning about doing this? What do you learn anything surprising by doing this?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, our customers, we learn every single day from our customers, and that's why in our roadmap we know what we want to do, because our customers are saying if you could dial it this way or dial it that way, that would really help us. But what we learned is that every video has an intention. It's not about the technology, it's not about the fact that we've made it interactive.
What do you mean by intention?
When somebody puts up a video, they have an intention behind why are they putting the video up. They're not putting it up just randomly. They want people to view it, they want somebody to do something with it, they want to tell a story. Every video is trying to tell a story. Every video that you shoot with your the technology folks that are doing stuff, they're all telling their story. We're telling our story right now. What we now know is that the content creator wants to tell the story, and they want to engage with their viewer, and the viewer wants to go deeper often. They just oftentimes don't know how. They watch the video, and then what do? Is it passive, or do they want to go in deeper into the model? And that's what we learn.
How do you differ? Because there's so many companies that are trying. Even YouTube is adding some interactivity to their model. How do you guys differ from the rest of the market? So
we're one of the only platforms that does the engagement model, that does the interactivity. There's a lot of great companies out there that do great adaptive bit rate. They do great players. They do playlists. They do all these great things. We add this extra capability that we think is going to be the next generation. We love the fact, by the way, that YouTube bought a little company out of Australia to start with the annotations, so that they can, because they are really plowing the field for us in many, many ways, because they're the big gorilla. So the more interactivity they do actually helps us in an interesting way. But to get some of the interactivity that they do, you actually have to become sort of a bigger player, get into their partner programs and stuff to do more. Today you can annotate, and you can go to other videos on the site, but if you want to go to other websites or do other things, you have to go into their partner program. We allow the content creator to do that from scratch, and we never say to our marketers, don't use YouTube. We always say use YouTube, because YouTube is a point of distribution that gets a lot of eyeballs. The issue is once you get the eyeballs, you want to pull them back in so that you can go deeper into your message.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Where do we find you on the web?
Veeple.com. Pretty straightforward, but if you want to go to a whole bunch of examples of what we do, VeepleTV.com. And what's neat about VeepleTV.com is that that's a template that you can buy from us for $75 once, and then you can have your own TV channel that's interactive.
And you got a whole bunch of demos over there, like
yeah.
Danica Patrick I was watching and clicking on various logos on her shirt and stuff like that.
We got all kinds of demos that show all the different attributes. There's an iCommerce attribute to this, there's an iLearning attribute to this, there's iSocial, iMarketing, again, I meaning interactive, that's what we use it for, and they can see all different kinds of examples. Our customers are all across the spectrum of vertical markets. There's not one particular one that adopts any better than any of the rest.
Very cool. And are you guys on Twitter?
We are on Twitter. Yeah, we're Veeple on Twitter.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page under Veeple. I don't Twitter separately, but I do have my LinkedIn account. So.
What's your LinkedIn account?
Scott Broomfield.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Well, thanks for showing me this cool technology.
Yep. Great. Thanks, Robert. Take care.